In this video, let's see another IIT JEE question which was asked in the year 2001 for only 1 mark, but yes, 1 mark in a competition exam can turn tables. The question was based on the topic of functions. Let's see what the question has to say and let's get started with solving the question. Let's read the question together. The domain of the definition of the function log x plus 3 to the base 2 and in the denominator we have x square plus 3x plus 2 is what? There are 4 options. We have to choose which one or more than one out of these options is correct. The options are namely real and in the denominator we have minus 1 to minus 2 as excluded. The option number 2 is simply minus 2 to infinity. The option number 3 is real in the numerator and what is excluded? We have 3 elements excluded, minus 1, minus 2 and minus 3. Option number 4 is minus 3 to infinity and what is excluded in the denominator? Minus 1 and minus 2. So, let's start. I write the heading as solution and we'll be starting the solution. The function is given to me as a logarithmic function. And I already know that for a logarithmic function, it is only and only defined when it is non-negative. That means log of a function would be defined when this thing is greater than 0. It should not be negative. It should not be negative in any case. So the numerator is defined when my x plus 3 should be greater than 0. That means my x will be greater than minus 3. And if x is greater than minus 3, I definitely know from the number line wherein I have somewhere minus 3 and things are greater means you have to go towards the right hand side. So it will be minus 3 to infinity because you are going to the right hand side and the number line basically varies from minus infinity to infinity, right? So minus 3 to infinity is what we obtain from the number line as the answer. But had the question only been in the numerator, yes, I would have obtained this answer. But I also have a denominator. What is the denominator? The denominator is x square plus 3x plus 2. I already know that a function is defined only when the denominator is not equal to 0. If I have the denominator 0, then the value is not defined. So that means my denominator x square plus 3x plus 2 should not be equal to 0 in any circumstance. Because if this is 0, I have the denominator 0 and if I have the denominator 0, the value is not defined. Now, split this function into 2 factors by splitting the middle term or by usage of quadratic formula. It is x square plus 2x plus x plus 2 not equal to 0. How did we split it? We basically know 3x is the sum of 2x and x. Now, the factors can be made in a manner, you take x common, remaining is x plus 2. You take 1 common, remaining is again x plus 2, not equal to 0. Let's make the 0 more beautiful. We erase a part and then we join it. Now, 2 factors are what? These are x plus 1 and x plus 2 not equal to 0. So that means my x should not be equal to 1. Here x plus 1 should not be equal to 0. That means x should not be equal to minus 1. Similarly, for the other factor, that is x plus 2, should not be equal to 0. That means x should not be equal to minus 2. So minus 1, minus 2 should not be there in the denominator. Which option out of combining these 2 options gives me the answer as minus 3 to infinity in the numerator? The answer minus 3 to infinity in the numerator, and what is excluded from the denominator? Minus 1 and minus 2. So this is the answer. Let's check which option matches, one or the other. The option number A would have in the numerator R, that means real. There is nothing called as real. We have minus 3 to infinity. Option number A, not the answer. Option number B does not talk about the denominator, again not the answer. Option number C has real in the numerator, we have -3 to infinity in the numerator, again not the answer. Let's see option number D, yes it matches, -3 to infinity, excluding from the denominator -1, -2. So we have option number A, B, C as not the answers, but yes, option number D is the answer to this IIT JEE question which was asked in the year 2001 for 1 mark.